In this section of the course, we're going to look at the CSS box model. The box model is a way of organizing the different units or parts of a web page. So the CSS box model basically puts our content into boxes or blocks. Now that content can be held in any type of container. For example, it could be contained in p tags. It could be contained in a logical division. Anything that is a block level container follows the CSS box model. So here you can see in the middle of the CSS box model we've got our content block, and this could be texts and or images, and that is held in a box. Now without any type of CSS, that box is going to be the same width as the browser, but using the width property in CSS we can change the width of the content block to something else simply by setting the width to a certain number of pixels or a percentage width of the screen. So outside the content block is the padding. The padding is the space between the edge of the block and the content itself. So we have the content block, the padding, and then surrounding the padding is the border. And you'll remember we can control the border as well. We can control the width of the border, the color of the border, the pattern of the border. So we can control all that, and the border appears outside of the padding. Then we have the margin. The margin is the space between your content block and the next content block or the edge of the browser window. So you have margin, border, padding, and content block. Now it's important to note that the margin will take on the background color of whatever element is behind it. That could be the page itself, that could be a div container. The border will be whatever color we decide that the border is in the border rule. The padding and content block will be colored together based on the rule coloring the background of the content block. So we can adjust most of these through cascading style sheets. Let's take a look at the CSS code to do so.